Snutter motto.
What?
I mean, we don't have any results for shows except for Ring of Honor on TV.
Yeah. We got a lot of upcoming shows.
We do, but yeah, I guess I'll just talk about Ring of Honor TV.
All right. Well, there was only 3 matches.
Yeah, I mean, that's not too atypical of a Ring of Honor
true.
TV show.
There wasn't a whole lot of in-between stuff either. We had Chris Sabin defeat Caprice Coleman. Caprice Coleman had Kenny King out in his corner. Leo Rush eventually came out and was in Chris Sabin's corner. Sabin went for a sunset flip, and Kenny King was trying to hold onto Caprice's hands. Leo Rush got up, kicked the hands apart, and Sabin was able to follow through with the sunset flip and pick up the win over Caprice Coleman.
You can construe that as a disqualification because he kicked Caprice Coleman's hands. He should have drop kicked Kenny King or something.
I agree. Ferrara Burger put up...
Though, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he just jumped in and kicked Caprice Coleman.
That's true.
Period. Right in the face.
Because Caprice Coleman is the worst
Make
member
him
of
have
the
a
rebellion.
face, period.
Weird. Only Joey Mercury is allowed to do that. Roppongi Vice picked up a win over Ferrara Burger despite the
The jackknife crucifix that almost won.
The tenacity of Ferrara Burger was quite impressive in this match.
At one point, their double team pin, the jackknife pin crucifix combo, was so close that the crowd actually chanted that was 3.
It was very close. Though it was 2 people pinning 1 person, so
it's happened before.
But
American Alpha does it a lot.
Not really.
Who's the other team that does it too? Damn, I can't think of it.
I mean, John Cena and Nikki Bella always seem to get double submissions all the time. DIY got
who's the team where the one guy pins while the other... Criminals and Defarge from Shikara.
Oh, they're fans of the double pin?
They do the double pin frequently.
Alright, well, some people can get away with it. But Ferrara Burger is not one of those teams. Roppongi Vice ends up hitting the Super Crunchy on Will Ferrara. Will Ferrara was none too happy about this either.
No, he took off.
Cheeseburger was trying to be sportsmanlike. He was shaking Rocky and Trent's hand, and Ferrara was just kind of shoving people and just walked off. He was none too happy about the result of that match.
Breaking news. Will Ferrara has no Snutter motto.
Uh-oh. What about Will Ferrara? You said Ferraro.
I was just too far into motto already. No, Will Ferrara doesn't have a Samato either. Or a Snutter motto. No Kushi, no Shush, or Nasabibo.
Moving on, we had our what do they call it? The lottery...
The Las Vegas Wild Card 8-man tag match.
See? This is why I keep this guy around. He pays attention to what things are called.
Essentially, it seemed like it was like a sort of lottery style.
Yeah, it was eight random guys thrown into teams of 4. The winning team gets to go forward into a...
four-way survival
match where the winner will get a shot at the World Championship. So we had Team 1, which was Silas Young, Hangman Page, Jay White, and Jay Lethal. And then...
AJ Styles is down.
Sad day. On the other side, we had Colt Cabana, Leo Rush Hansen, and Bobby Fish. Despite everyone fighting each other, and despite Adam Page being a dick
and walking out on his team
to Jay Lethal still beat Leo Rush with a lethal injection. So...
Yeah, this is the spot where I call bullshit on Ring of Honor.
And
it doesn't happen very often. But Team 2, despite having Colt Cabana playing heavy heel, there was still cohesion on their team.
Yeah,
once Colt's ego kind of got put in check by Hansen, because Colt was getting in Leo Rush's face, and then Hansen backed up Leo Rush, and you don't fuck with Warbeard.
No.
They started working as a team.
Yeah. The fact that he is a heel, but was still like, oh yeah, if we win this, I get closer to a shot at a championship.
Yeah.
You know, he was able to kind of put that aside and didn't really fuck with anybody after the opening of the match. The other team literally fought each other.
Yeah.
And then
there was at one point where they stopped mid-match and, like, Lethal and Page and Fish and Young just were like, brawling.
They just beat the hell out of each other.
Young and White. I mean, not Fish. Fish was on the other team too.
And Team 2 just kind of stood there and watched it happen. And then, just because of the accidental shove off of the apron, Adam Page decided to be a dick and walk away from Jay Lethal. Leo Rush still took a clean fall to Jay Lethal. So that means that Team 1 will be moving on to the survival match, and one of them will get a future shot.
Essentially, I feel like Hangman Page.
What?
He didn't agree.
No. It won't be Hangman Page isn't going to get a title shot. It's going to be Jay White.
I feel like it's going to come down to Hangman Page and Lethal at the end. And probably some Bullet Club shenanigans gets Lethal ahead. I think Silas is going to have a really, really good showing, but I think...
He's first eliminated.
I think he's going to get fucked over by Matt Taven.
I think it's going to... The last two, for me, I think it's going to be Jay White and Hangman Page. I think Hangman Page is going to eliminate, and possibly other Bullet Club members will eliminate Jay Lethal. And then Jay Lethal might even come back out after, like, fighting the Bullet Club away with, like, the machine guns or something, or whoever else is deciding to go against the Bullet Club, come back out and possibly screw over.
That's
Page.
why I think Page is going to win, because the Addiction and the Bullet Club are beefing right now.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. But that is it for Ring of Honor. That is it for results.
Yeah.
Moving right along to some news stories. I got two things to talk about from New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of which we didn't find out until about an hour or so after we finished recording last week.
A year ago.
Yeah, no. An hour or so after we finished shooting Indie News last week, found out that after Sakura Genesis in the title match, Katsuyori Shibata was having some sort of issues post-match. He was taken to the hospital and was diagnosed with a subdural hematoma and had, like, emergency surgery right then and there, so he is on his road to recovery. But, yeah, injuries happening a lot currently over in New Japan.
Yeah. Something's going down, man.
Yeah, everyone's getting a little over the top.
Potentially.
Over there in New Japan. So,
and in Mexico.
That too.
Because that's where DJZ got injured, right?
Yeah, Mexico City. So, get well soon to Katsuyori Shibata. Also, in good news for New Japan Pro Wrestling, their G1 special attraction show that's going to be happening here in the States, 2 shows sold out in less than 2 hours.
No doubt, because it's New Japan's first ever time doing a solo show on United States grounds.
So if you want some more information on what the G1 special is, you can go to New Japan, www.njpw1972.com/G1 special. Just go to the New Japan link down in the description, and you can find out kind of who's supposed to be there. I know Okada is supposed to show up, Kenny Omega,
probably all their top fellas.
A couple other people are showing up, but yeah, I mean, to have they're already, with how quickly these tickets sold, they're already looking forward to doing another show.
Yeah, they're here after this. They're doing a show in Australia or something like that.
Yeah, they're working on more shows outside of Japan, which is awesome because I would love to go to a New Japan show.
That'd be fun.
I wouldn't mind going over to Japan to see it, But if they could come here, it would be great.
Probably.
It'd be a lot easier for me to see them over here. So
we got goals though.
Yeah, we do. We've
they're on the list, but like they're not.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. You just made the list.
They're not high priority on the list for me quite yet.
No.
Trios is first.
Trios is first. For me,
PWG is probably second.
PWG, one of the easiest ones that we'd be able to go to would be Ring of Honor's anniversary show because it's in Vegas.
Yeah.
It'd be super easy to get there. So that's definitely up there for me. Yeah. So that's it for news. Unless you got some.
YouTube.
Oh yes.
Not really beefing with you on a personal level because we're not monetizing our videos.
No.
Which, I mean, some people debate we should just because of how frequently we post. But there are a lot of people we know who do monetize their videos, not yours, because YouTube, whatever. But
yeah.
You're not making the videos, they're making the videos. They're posting them on your tube, though.
Yeah.
Primarily speaking, the two that have spoken out about it, Beyond Wrestling and AIW, have been making notes that professional wrestling and wrestling-related videos, bye Regal,
Regal's down,
are becoming demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much, as of right now, it's everything except for WWE videos.
Yeah, there hasn't been really a confirmation coming from like the other big ones. Nothing from TNA or Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And WWE has got such a big. It's such a big deal on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, like they're one of like the top channels on YouTube.
Yeah, because they do a lot of the post-match interviews and stuff, and they post it on there. So.
But essentially, YouTube is claiming because it falls under the guidelines of no graphic violent content, and professional wrestling is simulated graphic violence, I guess. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You know, and it's you don't really think about it, but you know, the monetizing of the videos on channels like AIW is constantly, almost daily, putting out like little clips, like 18-second to a minute and a half long clips, plus the DVD trailers,
the free matches,
free matches every now and again. The offset of the money that they make from YouTube equals over, basically to make up for it, AIW fans would have to buy over 100 more DVDs per month
to make up for the lost revenue from demonetized videos on YouTube. That is insane.
And if you think about it, like at the cheapest, the MP4s on Smart Mark Video for AIW are like $12 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, hundreds more of those, like you know, so you're looking at what, $1,200 minimum extra that people would be spending on DVDs, which is way less likely to happen than getting 100,000 views on one of their videos.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's, you know, when it's one of those things, because YouTube changes their policy all the time, or like what falls into their policy all the time.
Without explanation?
Yeah,
or
no
when
explanation.
They're doing it.
And no contacting
the creators.
Yeah, the fact that there's no communication, it makes people less likely. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get billions of people to stop using YouTube, but to take a massive chunk like the wrestling community, that's a lot of people that would stop using that service. That's a lot less traffic you're going to get on your website.
Yeah. And not to like go too preachy about YouTube, but you have like all your top echelon channels.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone from WWE to Phil DeFranco, Markiplier, Jenna Marbles,
Rhett and Link.
yeah, who have like kind of created empires for themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, based off of this. But there are other people on YouTube who monetizing their videos is a huge source of their income. You know, I mean, it would be a huge thing if, you know, you demonetized all the videos for like the big YouTube channels, but they're already now, like, those guys are already making more money off of like other things now. Like, there are people who only have a couple thousand subscribers, you know, and monetizing their videos pays their rent every month.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And when you start messing around with stuff like this, you know, especially like a business that like we support, like Beyond Wrestling or Absolute Intense Wrestling or Chikara or CZW, taking away a couple $1,000s a month is really detrimental.
I mean, just the thought of taking away $1,000 a month is already huge. But then you add that up over time, that's a huge chunk that these people are losing out on because you decided to change for whatever reason why they're not allowed to make money off of these videos. And like you said, it would be one thing if you demonetized everything WWE did, then it's like, okay, wrestling as a whole has been...
Yeah, that puts everybody on an even playing field.
Yeah, it's an even playing field. But when, you know, we love WWE, obviously. You know, we talk about it on the regular. If they make a ton of money. So YouTube for them isn't that big of a loss.
No.
Because they're already making tons of money on everything else that they sell. But the independent companies have to literally find every different type of avenue they can to make money in order to build themselves up.
Yeah.
And if you take $1,000 a month away, that's going to drop them down real fast.
Yeah. So, call your mayor, your local government official. Not really.
Vote Glenn Jacobs in Knox County, Tennessee.
I mean, just if there's a way to like contact YouTube, like there's got to be like a contact us link somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like
just write them a little letter. Don't be pissy about it. Don't be, don't use foul language.
Be passionate, not an asshole.
Yeah, you're gonna get more people will be heard if we're all courteous rather than all being whiny assholes.
You can tweet at YouTube.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube and use the hashtag monetize wrestling or something.
Yeah.
Monetize in Indy Wrestling or something.
Let's use the hashtag Indy Wrestling. Get some freaking notice on this, please.
Absolutely. But
aside from that rant,
it's time for upcoming
shows.
Where we have 7.
We do. We have quite a few coming up this weekend. How about Friday? 3 shows. House of Hardcore 24 from Metuchen, New Jersey? I don't know. Am I?
Are you touching New Jersey?
No. That's on the other side of the country. We have Brian Cage versus Montel Vontavious Porter.
Alright.
Sammy Callahan versus Bully Ray, apparently in a first time ever match.
Alright.
And Tommy Dreamer versus Matt Hardy.
Ooh.
There's probably going to be more than that.
There's definitely going to be.
But
there was like a whole list of people that are supposed to show up.
Huge list of scheduled to appear people.
Yeah.
But those are the only matches they're advertising currently.
How
about Absolute Intense Wrestling's The Next Episode?
Oh, with Joey Janela.
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. This is featuring Joey Janela. And basically the only thing we know about this is the rule book has been thrown out the window for the entire card.
Yeah, it's the only note other than Joey Janela is going to be there is that there's no rules all night long. So, good luck to everyone that's going to be at AIW.
Yeah. And lastly on Friday, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla presents
Game Over, man!
Reseda, California, per usual for them, and they have a heck of a card lined up so
Hell
far.
yeah.
How about Phoenix versus Leo Rush?
Want to see it?
Jeff Cobb versus Keith Lee.
Gotta see it.
Adam Cole, baby, versus Matt Riddle.
That'd be good.
Michael Elgin versus Mark Haskins. The
Interesting.
Young Bucks versus War Machine. We've
Seen it. Always
but it's
good.
Zack Sabre Jr. not defending the PWG title
Non-title match.
against Dick motherfucking Togo. And then a street fight between Marty Scurll and Chuck Taylor.
Hell yeah. That's a good card.
Yeah,
We need to go to a PWG show.
absolutely. They're not that far from here.
I know.
It's on the list.
It is.
Saturday, more going on.
3 more shows.
Evolve 82 from Woodside, New York. I think that's a borough close to Queens. ACH versus Austin Theory. Keith Lee versus Kyle O'Reilly. Catchpoint, Fred Yehi and Tracy Williams defending the tag titles against their other partners, Chris Dickinson and Jaka.
Catch Patrol. Doom Point.
Doom Boy, yes. Then we go to the last man standing match between Ethan Page and Darby Allin. Zack Sabre Jr. in another non-title match against Drew Galloway. This is not for the Evolve Championship.
He's lucking out with these non-title matches.
But being in a championship mood, Matt Riddle will be defending the WWN Live Championship for the first time against Timothy Thatcher.
Former Evolve champion.
Yeah. Looking to get more gold under his belt again. Or a new belt under his belt. We're also going to have House of Hardcore 25 from the 2300 Arena, formerly known as the ECW review. With Pentagon Jr. versus Sammy Callahan. And Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray versus the Hardy Boys.
All right. Hardy's finishing up those indie dates.
And then, lastly on Saturday, AAW's Path of Redemption.
Yeah.
From LaSalle, Illinois.
That's
because everyone knows if you're going to redeem yourself, you do it in LaSalle. Ace Perry and Paco versus Connor Braxton and Bucky Collins is going to probably be the opener. Chuck Taylor's versus Alex Daniels. Veda Scott versus Samantha Heights. Michael Elgin versus Daga.
That is a match I'm very interested to see.
Daga was one of those guys where I wish he would have done more matches in Lucha Underground.
Yeah. I
hope he maybe makes an appearance post this break.
As far as I'm aware, Daga is done with AAA kind of as a whole.
Oh.
So I think he chose not to re-sign, which is why he stopped showing up on Lucha Underground.
Well,
don't quote me on that though.
Because Daga was good. I like it.
He was really good.
How about Mil Muertes, speaking of Lucha Underground, taking on former WWE superstar Bob Hardcore Holly.
That's going to be extremely physical. Someone might die.
I just imagine the bell rings and Hardcore Holly walks straight up to him and slaps him square in the face.
And then Mil Muertes slaps him back, and Bob says, "Bitch, please."
Bob no-sells it, and Mil Muertes cowers in the corner like a little bitch.
What I meant by someone dies, it's probably going to be Mil Muertes. But he's the man of 1,000 deaths, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he'll be back on Lucha Underground in no time. And then we also have Ohio is for Killers defending the Tag Team Championships against Phoenix and AR Fox.
That's a hell of a team.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got one show on Sunday. Evolve 83 from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
With Ethan Page versus Austin Theory, ACH versus Jaka, Keith Lee versus Darby Allin, Fred Yehi versus Kyle O'Reilly, Matt Riddle versus Drew Galloway in an I Quit match, and Zack Sabre Jr. defending the Evolve Championship against Leo Rush.
That is a very interesting clash of styles.
Yeah.
Very...
Now, and I've watched Zack Sabre Jr., specifically in PWG, be able to utilize his style to slow down and break down fast, high-flying opponents.
Ooh.
I haven't seen a lot of Leo Rush in a situation where he has to try and, out wrestle somebody.
I've seen him in situations like that in Ring of Honor, and he does a pretty damn good job. He's gone against people like Kyle O'Reilly. He's gone against I've seen him against Marty Scurll. You know, so there's some good technical guys.
Marty Scurll's a good warm up for Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, there's some good technical guys that Lio Rush has done quite well against. So it'll be interesting to see whose style is able to top the others.
Yeah.
But that is it for the indie news, guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links to our social medias, our podcast.
There is a lot of social media links down there. The podcast link is down there. It's the one that says SoundCloud.
That's the one, but the most important links of this video are the ones above that. Those are all the people that we just got done talking about, and the people we talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah, we're talking about ChicagoPro.com,
ROHWrestling.com,
CZWrestling.com,
BeyondWrestling.online.com.
many others, and we want to keep adding them. One that I'm thinking we're going to start covering soon because they're not uber frequent, and they've caught our eye very recently. I'm talking the Defy shows up in Washington.
Defy shows, yes.
Because we've got one coming up in a couple of weeks with
Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo versus, I think, Shane Strickland is set for the main event on that one.
and Lio Rush is making a return after he was just at this last show.
Yeah, so Defy, and it's Defy 3,
yeah.
and it's coming up pretty, it's right around the corner. Thinking we might cover that one.
Well, what else do you want us to cover? Because if you, using all of those social media links, can send us links to websites, Facebooks, YouTube pages, Twitter pages, anywhere that we can find some of their stuff, their upcoming shows, and preferably as soon as results are like immediately after the show, day after the show. If we can get results, we will take a look at what these guys got. If we like what we see, we will give you a shout out for bringing them to our attention and talk about them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Also, we got another channel that's called Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Yeah, it's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling, where we are posting brand new content just about every single day, every week. We've got some new Fantasy Warfares over there. We've got we got the Hawktail Hour.
What's the next Fantasy Warfare?
Next Fantasy Warfare is a tag team match. I believe it's you versus me. The
is this the intergender tag team match?
No. This is the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Oh,
Ric
that's
Flair,
right.
Arn Anderson taking on the Dudley Boys. So that'll be coming out this Thursday. Yeah.
I think, is this where we started our championship challenge?
Yeah. This was the point. I think because at this point we all have one win. We've all won one. So it's first person to win
back to back against the other two people.
Yeah. Essentially,
will become the first ever Fantasy Warfare champion.
Yeah. So championships on the line there. More drinks coming your way. I believe this week we're going to be having the Zigzag, based off of Dolph Ziggler.
Whoa, that guy.
Go figure.
We filmed it when he was still relevant.
Yes. I'm going to be doing my What Colt's Wondering this week. It's going to be a bi-weekly video. Giving it one more show I need to watch before I officially decide if this is what I'm going to talk about. But more stuff coming your way. Look forward to it. Subscribe over there. Subscribe here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Get your shit together, YouTube.
Penis Bob. Back at it again.